Hi, I'm Eddie Obeng, and this is How. Every day I bring you a different way to transform your world, what you do with it, and how to make things work for you. Today, I'm going to give you what is one of my breakthrough and most popular people engagement tools. It's one you can use with other people. It's one you can use on your strategy or your projects to make sure they actually work. But most importantly, it's one which you can use all the time, everywhere, even in the corridor as you walk past people. It's called FixItNow, and it's a pet which is ubiquitous in a world of change. So let's go on to Cube and let me walk you through. So welcome to Cube, where, as you know, the sun is always shining. Look, the sun's shining just out there. This is the quick meet cubicle, and I've got another avatar sitting here. If you just want to chat with people, it's always good to meet in here. But this is a quick meet. It loads really fast in about 8 seconds, and you can work here as well. So this is where you can put things. If you drop them into the Dropbox, you've got lots of templates for spreadsheets, for Word documents, and you've got all the staples. You've got your hopes and fears, you've got your rapid, and you've got this massive whiteboard. And this whiteboard is special because you choose the topic you want to work on. Is it about decision? Is it about involvement? Is it about review? And the pets are already lined up. But today I have for you Fix It Now. So let's jump in and understand how Fix It Now will transform how you live. So I'm bald, as you can see. I started going bald quite early. I was working at Shell at the time. I was working on a project. I was worried about the project because I'd heard that some of the senior people didn't really like it. Instead of doing anything about it, I just worried about it. I didn't sleep properly. So I sleep with my head on the headrest, and it rubbed away my hair. And that's how I started going bald. Okay, so I went bald through really worrying about something which might happen. You'll have a situation where you're running a change or a project or a strategy or an organization, and your team, the people who should just be following and doing things even though no orders are given, aren't following. They just won't do it, and you can't figure out why. Or maybe you've got opportunities which come up and you worry about them and you talk to people about them, and then you're just a little bit too scared to do anything about them. And you'll know when I start talking about things like hopes and fears, that pet you're probably familiar with. We also about fears and not risks, because risk is what you do as a professional approach, but it's not really helpful because risk, everyone knows the answers. If you say, what are the risks in this strategy? What are the risks in this project? People go, it'll overrun. It won't work fast enough. The supply will, they know the risks. So they trot out a set of answers which are not really correlated, and they miss out the gut feel. The gut feel comes when I say, what are your fears? They go, well, it's nothing really, but you know, I noticed that so-and-so was looking a bit strange. So some of the emotional stuff and the edge risk stuff is really important. And our natural tendency, and the reason I went bald, is to do the opposite of what Brian Rose tells us to do, which is go where the fear is. Instead of going towards it, we run away from it. Why? Because it's fearful, it's horrible, it's not nice. Okay, so Fix It Now is going to help us go where the fear is, and not just go where the fear is, but conquer it. Have you ever seen a film, a movie of any sort about, say, aliens? Okay, they're always the same story. This is an alien, this is an alien planet, but it's always the same story. What do aliens do for a living? They basically travel millions and millions of light years to come to Earth with one job, which is to eat you. Okay, so they arrive. These alien, oh, it's supposed to be scribbling. Alien spaceship arrives, and it flows in from outer space. I'm trying to get the alien spaceship to come up. There you go, the aliens. Unfortunately, it sort of it crash lands. Okay, and so all of a sudden there's all this fire and stuff. And these films are all the same. What happens is the aliens have crash landed, and everyone goes, "Oh my goodness, it's an alien spaceship! It's crash landed." If it was you or I, we would run away from the alien spaceship. We would run away. But no. In these films, they always run towards the alien spaceship. Okay. And when they arrive, it's always the same. Aliens have no manners. So there's this ship. It just looks like a ship. When you open the doors, you discover it's enormous inside. The aliens have no manners. They never come to the door to greet you and say, welcome to our enormous spaceship. No. They hide somewhere. So they go in and go, let's see what's here. And usually there are at least 3 people. And they go into the alien spaceship and they start looking around. And they know it's going to take ages because it's a huge spaceship. So they say the magic words, which are, let's split up. And at that point, the music goes, duh, duh, and you know there's a problem coming. So they split up and they start looking. And one of them finds the alien. So all of a sudden they come face to face with the alien. And the alien's looking at them. Okay. Now, when they approach the alien, it's going to eat them. Okay. They come usually, these films, with like laser blasters. They never blast the alien. What do? They pick up their communicator and say, I found something interesting. It's an alien. And they get cut off. Why? Because the alien's eaten them. Okay. So that's what happens in the films. They always the same story, you know. And then 10 seconds later, their friends arrive. Okay, they can't find their friend. There's an alien with a big stomach. What happens is you should instead, when you find the alien, you should fix the problem straight away. It's called fix it now. You should really just shoot the alien and be done with it. Okay, they never ever do that in the films. They always, you know, phone their friends instead. And the friends arrive, alien with a big stomach. So they go, let's take this alien back to the laboratory for study. Okay, so they they take the alien away with them, and they take it back to the laboratory and they lock it up. Okay, so they've locked the alien up. Now, what they should then do is, having locked the alien up, they should then keep an eye on it, but they never do. Or they send the drongo or the mad scientist to keep an eye on this thing. And so the drongo mad scientist basically has a look at this particular alien, falls asleep, or just doesn't monitor very well. Net result is the alien that wakes up, escapes, grabs by the throat, kills him, and escapes through the slidey doors. And the slidey doors always go shh, okay? And then it goes around eating everybody. And finally, the only way to get rid of this alien is to blow up the whole space station, which is what we call in the business Plan B, okay? Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because it's really straightforward. The moment you see any sort of danger, your brain should switch straight into, how do I fix that straight away? If I can't fix it, how do I contain it? If I can't contain it, how do I monitor it? And if it all goes wrong, what is my plan B? And that's what Fix It Now is about. It's about a systematic way which everyone can use all the time in advance in order to make sure they eliminate the fear. So there should be no more fear of fear. So here's an example. So for example, here, as I started, from my point of view, I was worried because of the timing that my my clock would bong in the middle. Will bong in the middle, okay? Okay, well, bong, which it did, okay? I should have fixed it now. I could have moved the clock next door, okay? I could have contained it. I could have put the clock in the drawer or stopped, let it bong, and then started again. Anything to reduce the amount of things and stop it wrecking everything. And then we could have edited it out later. So what's the remaining fears? Well, I'll monitor it and keep staring at the clock to watch the time. And if it's all comes to plan B, I'll just record it again. So that would be from my point of view, okay? But when you're looking at a problem, you don't just look at it from your point of view. I learned when I was doing my MBA on the art of the deal that when you put together a deal, you look at the risks, not just from your point of view, but from the other person's point of view. Because if you pitch a deal and the other person doesn't see risks, then it's great. So you should always ask, what does my stakeholder think the biggest danger is? And they think it's going to be a boring session or it's going to last too long. What can I do to fix that? I can tell them it's going to be short, or I can make it shorter or whatever. Containing it, how do I limit it so it doesn't? I'll make it part 1, part 2, and so you do exactly the same thing. So this is about eliminating all the issues before they happen. There are 2 sub-pets. There's one called Fix It Now 2, which is really how you extend the stakeholder fears and make sure you've dealt with all of them. And then there's Fix It Now 3, which then allows you to think about the risk in particular, but as a fear, and helps you to work that through. And all those are available from the quick guide. So you can have a look at the quick guide. There's always a quick guide. I have changed how I live my life. I have a new motto, which I've had for decades, which is sine timore, which is my bad Latin for without fear. Because what I discovered is Fix It Now allows you not to worry about anything. So your life just blossoms and gets really easy after that. So Fix It Now, use it every day. Use it every day, whether you need it or not. And put it into practice. Never worry about anything again. I've been Eddie Obeng. Subscribe to the newsletter and bring your friends with you. And I'll see you again.